Oyedepo is going to hell. You know that, right? I prefer people to attack me spiritually than to attack me physically. I don't like anything touch my body. Highly spiritual people don't like it when you hurt their physical body. Just come spiritually. Then I will deal with you. You will know who we are dealing with.
Welcome, everyone. I am Naomi Uzihben. This is our first edition on spirituality and people. It's going to be a monthly program. We're going to be having this program last Sunday of every month. And this first edition, we're doing it. It's supposed to be a 5-man question and answer session. But today we have some questions. Some persons have written some questions and sent to a platform. But today is just going to be 2-man answer and question session. Now, today we're talking on spirituality and people. When we talk about the concept of spirituality, what is spirituality? Spirituality is defined generally as an individual search for ultimate or secret meaning and your purpose in life. Now, I have here with me the reminder, Uzihben.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. So we'll have a lot of questions we're going to ask you, and
before that, let me throw light on the purpose of this event. This is an event that is supposed to hold, that is likely to hold, or that is meant to hold once every month. It's a question and answer session that the Watered Religion, in conjunction with One Stream Limited and myself, Uzihben, to address some pressing questions and need of the people in regard to general life, business, and their correlation with spirituality. And it's not just only those aspects. General question about your spiritual life, and some questions you want to ask about the society, the foundation of the earth, the world in general. So by the spirits, by the waters, it's an event that we will be holding monthly, and it's going to be strictly on the invitation. There will be criteria you have to meet before you be invited, and it's a free event. You don't need to pay to be here. So I think I've been able to throw more light on that.
Thank you very much for that beautiful introduction. Now, if I may ask, okay, you've told us already the reason for this program, and you've given us an insight on how this program is going to run. Now, a lot of people have so many concerns about life, and when the program topicked spirituality and people, a lot of us were surprised. Spirituality and people, I don't understand what's the correlation between these two. And so many questions were thrown. Some persons sent their questions. We're going to read through those questions, and we implore you give a full light on those questions, a full answers on those questions. Now, first thing I want to ask is, what's the relationship between spirituality and science?
Okay, the relationship between spirituality and science. When you go to my page, there is this tag that I wrote there: spirituality and science are not foes, in the sense that science is an outward or physical manifestation of spirituality. Okay. So science is like the robot, spirituality is the controller, and hence we have this saying that spiritual controls the what?
The physical.
The physical. So it's only in the in-depth study and discovering yourself that you'll be able to understand what spirituality is and what science is. Meaning, for you to understand science, you have to study it. And studying it is not just, I want to study science. Science have different branches. We have life, we have engineering, we have civil. Even in engineering, we say have civil engineering and electrical engineering and the rest of
chemical,
good and the rest of. You did chemical engineering.
Yes.
I did science and I did the life, biotech.
Yes.
You get it now? So also is spirituality. And so you find out that in spirituality, one man does not know all. You have to choose the field, the faculty, not the faculty, the department you want to what?
Fit in.
You want to study. So just as we have different faculties and departments and courses in science, so also we have in spirituality. Hence, I always say spirituality and science are not foes. So trying to explain what spirituality is and what science is will require that I must become a PhD, not master's, a PhD in science, all sciences, and a PhD in spirituality, all spirituality. So it will be very difficult. But I can define from the department I am good at, the department I'm a PhD in, which is the Kemetic spirituality, which is the African spirituality. Even within the African Kemetic spirituality, I would tell you, I'm still not a master. Neither am I a PhD holder. I'm still a student. Every day that passes by, the wisdom is being revealed. And there are confirmation to that. Hence in science also. Every day that passes by, when you study, things are revealed. So there's no definite definition between the difference between spirituality.
Thank you very much. I just want to say something. You just told us the relationship between spirituality and science, and you made us to understand that spirituality and science are not foes. They're intertwined. You can't do with that. You can't do without spirituality. You can't do without science.
Yeah.
It complements each other.
Yes.
You have a university called Landforth University.
Yeah.
And then there was a time you were promoting African spirituality. Is a course on at Landforth University where you offered free tuition. Where you offered free tuition.
Yes.
Good. Now, is that program still running?
Yes. Landforth University started during the COVID-19.
Okay.
Get it? And we floated it from the United Kingdom. It was registered from there and started offering courses from there. And before the need for us to bring it down to Africa here. Though what I established here in Africa was the Isoko University of Digital Technology, IUTech. And then I was part of the governing body of the International Institute of Online Distance Education, United States. And also as a member of the American Management Association and a member of the Institute of International Business Analysis, IBA. Someone who loved knowing. I deem it fit for me to set up a venture that offers education at a very affordable rate, if not even totally free. And so, but as time goes on, I discovered myself. I realized that one of the major problems of people in Africa, one of the major reasons why poverty is creeping in day and night, is not because we have bad leaders. I used to say that. It's because of lack of understanding, lack of knowledge. And we all know that the good text said, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. It's also found in the Kemetic scripts.
Yeah.
And you find out that we don't need the Bible to make us understand that lack of knowledge is equals to death. You understand that? Someone who's never been to the United States does not understand how the traffic works. So it's easier for you to just cross from the other side of Badore to Aja. But he does not know that when you do such thing in the US or in the UK, it's called jail walking. And you might be charged. So lack of that knowledge will make him fall into what? Problem in another place. And so that was what gave birth to the Landforth University. And then when the water religion came up, a lot of people keep meeting me. Sir, I need money. Sir, do ritual for me. Sir, I do this. And they don't want to watch my video to understand my stand on wealth and abundance. You understand that? So when I give them testimony of people that come and they receive blessings and abundance and
They
the rest
just want
of,
to dive
they
in.
just want to come in. So what do I need to do to get the money? I said, okay, I think these people are very ignorant of how the spirituality work. And that is why I decided to work with my senates, members of the Education Council, and I said, please, every person that comes through the Uzihben or through the Uzihben Hudorian family or through the watered religion should be offered free admission into the Lemford University, only to study African spirituality, the Kemetic spirituality, watered religion, up to the PhD level. They need to know that our certificates 100% accredited. Our African spirituality are accredited by the water body. They're also accredited by the Institute of Research under the African spirituality, under the watered religion. So the need for people to really know this was the reason why I said, you are interested in studying at Lemford University, Uzihben, and the family, the Hudorian family and the watered religion will sponsor you for free. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And I believe there's progress on people coming in since it's free. But you know, this mindset of some persons, when it's free, there's this not zeal. You don't want to put your all. You just feel like, it's given to me free. Why bother? I can still go get it.
Okay. Now, you see, when we made the announcement for people to come and register for free, you find out that those who were serious were those who were already members of the watered religion. Even within the watered religion, there were people who were not still serious to study. I always use one word. Everybody is not supposed to be successful in this life. And so you find out that those who are within the watered religion, who are expected to study, still did not study. They only went, filled the form, they got their admission and the rest of admission numbers and everything. They were admitted into the portal. The portal was available for them to study. Very few studied. So that's just it. And maybe, obviously, maybe because it's free. But if they are paid for it, they cannot allow their money to waste.
Okay, so far, thank you very much. I believe many of us have understood the relationship between spirituality and science, and there is a place we can go and get this knowledge. Lemford University, and as you have heard, it's free. You're not going to pay anything. Just click on the portal, fill the form, get admitted, study, and get certified. And you'll be glad you did. It's I've gone through some of the courses, and it's very educating, it's very enlightening. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot, I tell you, a lot. The problem we have is the mindset of learning. We don't want to learn. We just want to hear what is being said to us. We don't want to learn. Okay, now we've known the relationship. We've gotten an idea on where we can get more of this knowledge. Now I want to ask a question. This question is from me to you. Now, when we talk about spirituality, we define what spirituality is, and is you searching for an ultimate power? Is you searching for an ultimate sacred meaning and purpose to life? That's spirituality from my own angle. Now, when we talk about these things, this thing it's something that involves God. Now, if I may ask, what is God? Who is God?
Okay. Who is God?
God?
All right. The definition of God, according to my religion, which is the water religion, Kemetic spirituality, will be blasphemous. It will be undermining the force that is behind myself. But like I said, spirituality is like science that have different branches and different way they see God. But in its original, in its nature, I would say that God is the force that makes everything possible. From the galaxy, to the stars, to the sun, to the moon, to the earth, yourself, myself, children, the animals around, the light, everything. It's all God. The possibility of anything to be in existence no matter how artificial it is the nature of God. And so there is God in your hair, there is God in your bead, there is God in the design, there is God in this camera, there is God in everywhere. The energy that makes anything possible is God. So that's what God is. And so I always give this example that God is constant. God is constant. Have you been to an hospital? Do you watch movies whereby somebody is in a critical health condition and they call the doctor, and you see, like, showing on the monitor, you see a straight line and you see the wave going up and down. You know, king, 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 king. That straight line is God. The wave that goes up and down is our activities in life. Our money, our house, the cars, the money, everything, the universe. It's all that goes around. You are an embodiment of everything. Your husband, your children, the house, the nation, Nigeria, everything, the cars, technology. It's all embodied in you. Because the nature of God, that's why it said that we are manifestation of who God truly is. We human beings, we are a definition of what God is. And so you see, when somebody is in a critical condition and there is ting, 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 what happens when that ting, ting, ting stop and goes on a straight line? Ting.
Person is gone.
Now what remains is a straight line. That straight line is the energy of God, is God. It's always constant. It has no beginning, it has no end. We vibrate within it. And the day we cease to exist, we are gone, we disappear. But God, the straight line, still remains. So God is the constant straight line of energy that every other thing vibrates on.
Wow.
Thank
This is a deep, deep mystery. Just knowing this for the first time. And I enjoyed it. And I believe you will enjoy it also. Wow. It's always very interesting when sitting with the reminder and you're learning under him. It's always very interesting. I remember there was a time we did some podcast some months back, and it was very interesting. Everybody was nodding their head. Everybody in that room was nodding their head. Though they were little children, but they were understanding what was happening. They understood everything that was being said and how it's employs to their lives. And wow, it's a pity that some of us miss today, but we have an opportunity for every month to be part of it. Thank you very much, sir. We talked about Lenfort University and how free the program is, and how you made it free for everybody to get involved, and some persons are not finding it easy to join or to be a participant of it. And I believe there was a time you did some free classes, and even your ongoing classes, it's before it used to be like 5,000, 10,000 naira,
mentorship.
and not mentorship, and not everybody gets involved. In a class where you have like 100 persons, just 30 something persons are there. Is it like, I don't understand, like people don't want to learn, or they just find it like, no, let me just get involved and just move with the crowd? I feel like sometimes what people do is move with the crowd, and some people do it out of okay, let me just do it and let them see me.
Okay, now let me say, I used a word when we started this, that everybody is not supposed to be rich, successful. Everyone is not supposed to know everything. Some people are just destined to just remain there. The question is that what creates the balance in this world? What creates this balance is the war and peace. Is it love and hatred? It's poverty and wealth. And I used to tell you that the script said, there will always be what? Poor among you. But I made a covenant with the waters. I and my household will not be the poor among people. And I've been able to instill this character, this way of life, this ideology, both in my wife, my children, and those who are very, very close to the Uzihben family. You get it now? So you find out that even when I made the mentorship free, and we had over 190 something people who joined the mentorship class, how many people were available to enjoy the class itself? It was only 60. And before the end of the class, I had only 38 people remaining. These are the same people that came to my Facebook page and said, why are you charging people?
I was going there
for something that was given to you freely.
Yeah.
And I want to understand, how do people get knowledge freely? Knowledge is not given freely.
No. You invest in knowledge.
A lot of them did not know that I slept in a computer building for me to learn.
Yeah.
I had to go through stress for me to learn. I have to pass through a certain level in life that the Spirit said, now you are ready. And so whatever thing you see around me is the dividend for the work I have done, for the knowledge I have acquired. You get it now? So even when I made it free, people still did not come for it. You get it now? So for those who are interested in either want to have a bachelor's degree, an associate degree, master's degree, or PhD degree in African spirituality, the watered religion, I'm going to pay for you. I'm going to pay. And do you know that there are people who are already in? The last time we spent close to like almost $4,000. Only 2 people have graduated though. 2.
Is it right to help people in need? And how do you know a help is genuine?
Okay. Is it right to help people
in need?
In need.
And how do you know that help is genuine?
Is genuine. How do you know if the person you want to help
is genuine,
truly need
the help?
Okay, good. Now, there is nothing wrong helping people. Like before now, I said I offered free classes, yet people still did not come. I would say that trying to help people is not the right thing. There has never been any man that has been helped in this life and there was a reason to say, thank God I helped that person. No, not in history. Not even Jesus Christ, according to the Bible. When he decided to help the 10, how many came?
1.
1 came. Why did that one come? It's obvious that one that came back to say thank you walked and struggled his way to get to who? To Jesus. There's never been anyone that was helped, because help is subjective. Why did I say that? They say anything when you get for free, they pay for belle.
It's not valued.
Even in Islam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't beg. Do you know that according to Islam, begging is prohibited, it's a sin. Yes, most people don't know. Begging in Islam is a sin.
But we see a lot of them begging on the street.
That is where I said, due to lack of knowledge, my people perish. And the prohibition of begging being a sin did not start from Arab. It started from what? The ancient Kemet. Because it said, it looked the history of the ancient Africa, begging was never part of us. We don't beg. We don't beg. There is a saying in our culture, instead of me to give birth to an Ozwo, I'd better give birth to a what? A thief. Because a thief will steal and take the matter, the crime, and put it on the top of an Ozwo. An Ozwo will not be able to say anything. So instead of me to give birth to a fool, let me give birth to a thief. You understand? So it applies to, instead of me to beg, let me work. So you see, in the ancient times, people were engaged in handcrafts, work,
Yes.
instead of them to beg, because begging was seen to be a taboo. So people will say, but what is this alamajiri? It's laziness. I call it, but people are enjoying from it.
Of course.
Let me tell you why people enjoy from alamajiri. Let me tell you. There are some of them that offer this free food and free gift, and alongside with it are incantations. I said it in the third degree membership, the third degree court. There is a special incantation that comes along when you give, and so those people in that part, they understand. Every man that is born on earth has a tendency to be a rich person. They have stars and destinies.
Yes.
So if I decide to get 20 people who have made a decision not to utilize that destiny and star, what do? I give them food. I give them money. And before I do that, I will do a certain ritual in my house. When you eat that thing and you take that money, you find out that when you take the food and you take the money I give to you, me that is giving you that thing, I have something in return. How? So, yes, I don't need to say it here on camera. Okay. There are rituals you do, and I do that to some of my sons and daughters.
But do we have the opportunity to learn this in any of your classes?
No, I can't teach people how to take people's destiny via gift. I do that alone. It's meant for me.
So is it a right thing?
It's very right.
Really?
Very, very right.
Is it part of the Kemetic spirituality?
Yes, very, very 100% part of the Kemetic and African spirituality. You will find out that if you study down to the Kemetic spirituality, there were a set of people that were rich. The priests, they were very influential and powerful. You know that there was a time in the Kush and even the Nubians, that the Kemets and even the Nubians, that the priests were trying to overthrow the pharaohs.
Yes, I read that.
Good.
And I even saw a clip of it.
That the priests were trying to do what? Overthrow the pharaohs. Why would a priest? Today, when we come down to Africa here, Nigeria and the rest of, the priests, they now stay inside the village. They dress anyhow. I am a priest. I'm a Kemetic priest. I am rich. I'm doing very, very well. This is my house. A lot of you have seen my office. You know the car I drive. And none of those cars came as a gift from anyone or money that I get from people. I still have my own business I do. So when you go down to history, find out that the priests, they had gold mines. They have farms. They have things they were doing. You get it now? The people were not hungry. The people were the ones that were working. They were workmen. They were being paid their wages. So when stories came that it was slaves that were used to build the pyramid, is a lie. Because around the pyramid, you see people, workers who died, that were buried alongside pharaohs by the side, good graves.
Not just slave. It was said that they're slaves from Israel.
Yes.
I have a question like that. We'll get to that.
You get it now?
That the slaves were slaves from Israel, Jacob giving birth to 12 sons.
And it's a lie. According to the Bible, it says it was the Israelites that came to work for Egypt. In the other way around, it was actually the Mesopotamia. The Mesopotamia were the Philistines, right? Mm-hmm. They were the one that actually came to Africa to take us. In fact, they said the Jews that were taken into slavery were actually the Africans. We were the one that they took across the Red Sea to go and work for the Mesopotamia. And you will find out that the story looked like the same story where the Cushites went to go and deliver the Kemets. When the upper Africa, the upper Kemet, were under the rule of the Rome, the Greek, and the Mesopotamians. So the Kushite, the Nubians, we down from the lower Egypt, we had to go and fight and overthrow. And that was the period, that was the 21st dynasty, when black pharaohs were ruling. Yes. And those were the times of wealth and affluence, of gold. Those were the time Ra was worshipped. Those were the time Mat, Anubis, Anpu, all of them were being worshipped. So the ideology of helping is necessary to help, but not truly help. In fact, I tell a lot of people, when you don't help properly, you find yourself in a big mess. Most people are in dire problem today because of the person they went ahead to help. Some people are destined not to help. In fact, there are some people you meet in your life. I think I will have to teach some people this ritual you give. There are people you meet and you know that these people will not be able to use their destiny for anything. You use it for them and take care of them. Yes, you take their stars use it, enrich yourself, build them a house, buy them a car, let them live comfortably.
I know a story of a young man. The wife is very wealthy, and his friends used to laugh at him. Like, I read the story. His friends used to laugh at him like, look at you, you're just here, your wife is buying cars for you, you're traveling abroad, you're doing things, and don't you know that your wife is using your star to make money? And do you know what the young man said? He said, it's better my wife used my star to make money, and I'm enjoying it. I'm driving the best of cars that none of you can drive. I'm flying abroad, I'm doing things, I'm building houses, I'm buying things that none of you can do than me, than the destiny be with me and
wasted,
being, as in, it's not being used.
And they will still not help you. They will still not help you.
So it's best, and I will go back home and beg my wife, continue using my destiny. And it was very funny.
And don't be surprised that such men could be Naga spirits. Because Naga spirits, they have this aura around them that when you marry them, you that married them, you will experience some growth in your life. You understand? Because Naga spirits are meant to be rich and successful. You are a Naga spirit. I married you. You understand? But when I met you, things I used to do that I was not seeing value, I started doing what? Seeing value. My calling came in. That is because Naga spirits are not meant to suffer. You get what I'm saying now? So somebody will not come and meet you, say, are you not an engineer? Your husband is just an ordinary IT person at this spirituality. He's not the one building house and doing this. I don't understand. I don't understand. So that's just it.
We're learning every day.
Thank you.
We're learning every day, and it's very, very interesting. Now, another question is coming, and it says, how do I appease the water spirit? Is it okay? We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll come back to that. We talked about who God is, and you've told us. Our next question is, how do we know someone who is a messenger of God? We've talked about God. Now, how do we know someone who is a messenger of God? And what have you to say about Jesus being the messenger and Muhammad being the last messenger?
All right. When we talk about God's messengers, I used to tell a lot of people, we live in a world that we need to be controlled. I said something about people who beg and those who just give just to get and use their destiny. Over time, we've encountered a lot of people, Christians coming in. Jesus Christ is the final say. And then Muslims coming up, Muhammad is the what?
The last prophet.
Is the last prophet. The question here is this. Why would Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam be the last messenger? Why would the message that was given to Prophet Muhammad 1,600 years ago be relevant now? Why would the messages that was given to Jesus 2,000 years ago be relevant now? And why should everybody conform to the belief that Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger? Why is Uzihben not the last messenger? Why TB Joshua not the last messenger? Why Sadhguru? Why is he not the last messenger? That is because the society we live in, the humanity we live in, we are trying our best to become relevant in the face of men. We are constantly trying to control people. So the Arab, a messenger came in to be the final messenger. So nobody have any right to bring any other message. Anything. So they did everything possible to make sure it is fully established.
I call it mental slavery.
Good. Now you find out that was after the Arab were tired of Rome portraying Jesus as the savior of the world. You know, Prophet Muhammad came 600 years after Christ had gone. And the Arab were under the rule of what? The Rome were the world power. If anybody tell you on earth that Prophet Muhammad was not a powerful man, The Arab are lying to you. He was a very, very powerful man. They just brought the word, he's an orphan. Have we not seen orphans that are rich and powerful? Mm-hmm. So when you hear the word orphan, orphan necessarily does not mean the person is poor. Does orphan mean the person is poor?
No.
Is your father not an orphan?
Yeah.
Is your father mother alive?
No.
Is your father alive? Mm-mm. Is he poor? So is he not an orphan? He's an orphan. So the fact that they said that Prophet Muhammad was an orphan does not necessarily mean he was poor. How could he have married Khadijat? Who was Khadijat? Khadijat was one of the most powerful women in Arab. How could the uncle have worked with him? Who was the uncle? The uncle was one of the most powerful men in Mecca. He was so powerful that because of the uncle, they couldn't even come after Prophet Muhammad before he ran to Medina. Meaning Prophet Muhammad was trying to build a system so that he can become a god. But now, he was so humble enough not to present himself as God. So he made himself a messenger of the God that he already wanted to bring to become his own God from the Christian world. Because he understood that the Roman cannot make a white man, a Roman man or someone from Israel, to be called the savior of Arab. You get it now? He can't become what? The savior of Arab. So let's cancel everything. We have only one God. And I am the last messenger. Yes, I believe in your Jesus, but I am the last messenger. So you ask yourself, why this religious struggle? Why this religious fight? What is Muslims and Christians? What are they fighting over? Do you know what they are fighting over? The leopard. They are fighting over Africa. Africa is the promised land.
Yes.
I am going to prepare a place for you where I will stay, you will be. It's the land of Africa. You say the land under which flows rivers of what? Which part of the world would you see more cleaner water than Africa? No other part. Where is the clean water? Destroyed. Destroyed with oil exploration. Mm-hmm. Destroyed with pollution. Our forests cut down. Everything about the Eden on this world, which is Africa, is destroyed. Do you know that the Sahara Desert was not actually a desert before? It was fully covered with vegetation. You don't know? Go and find out. The Sahara Desert was not covered with sand. So everyone is trying to make themselves important. So you see the Arab, Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger. You see the Rome, they decided to conjure Jesus Christ as the savior of the world. You see the India, they have their own. The Buddhists, they have their own. Even the Mesopotamia, the Zoroastrian, they have their own. So what do we have in Africa here? Why didn't Africa have a savior?
A savior, yes.
Because we are an example of what true humanity is. There is no need trying to control people. The mother earth is too abundant for us. So the only thing that was so much paramount in Africa was that men were living to become gods, which was not possible with them. The only people that wanted to thief that or steal or copy that kind of way of life were the Scandinavians, the Vikings. They were not living their life like Africans to become gods. Only in Africa you see a man live and become a god that is being worshipped. Like we have myself, God Uzihben. We have God Rezi, Kande, Adetayo, Uboma. We have Betty there. So men live to become gods in Africa. And not just gods for saying. They became gods. They died and their essence remained. And shrine were built. It became a force. Shango became a force. Olokun became a force. Oya became a force. Oshun became a force. Uzihben became a force. Even Cleopatra became a force. And that force is what they need to destroy. So they turned us to become slaves. So we are not able to live up to the potential of becoming what? Gods. So what did they do? They said, but you believe in one God. Yes, Africa, we believe in one God. Say, good, that God is one. You are not gods. Idolatry is bad. But here we have the American Idol. What's an idol? A man who have lived to the point above the human comprehension become an idol that everybody look up to. So Otedola is an idol. Mercy Johnson is an idol. Mercy Johnson will walk to a place and people will be falling down.
Yes.
That's
Amused.
That's the nature of God, I said in each and every one of us. And one of my sisters said, he said, who are you? Not to be amazing, not to be beautiful, not to be gorgeous. See, because you were born to make manifest the glory of God that is in you. And as you let your own light shine, Vakbo, as you let your own light shine, you are consciously give permission to others. So when I became God Uzihben, Rezi potential rose and she became what? A goddess. Uboma saw the spirituality in him and he became a god. Adetayo became a goddess of beauty. Kande became the goddess of scribe knowledge in the order of what? Math. So why would the Arab be the only one that owns the prophet, the last prophet? And the Roman now gave us Jesus as what? the savior of the world. So you find out, you see how they are trying to tear, they are sharing Africa to themselves. Yes, they shared it. Western Africa down to South Africa, we are giving to who? The Rome. And the North African was given to what? To Arabs. Do we have sense or they? We don't have sense. Is it a crime now for me to say Islam, stay in Arab, Christianity, stay in Rome, leave us alone? But guess what? You know what my brother said? You know what my brother said in Things Fall Apart? He said, was it Okonkwo that was talking? He said, they are just only two white men. Can't we defeat them? Say, no, we cannot defeat them. He said, because the white man has given our brothers money and land. The conversation was ensuing. He said, does the white man know the culture of our people to know who to inherit a land or? He said, no. So how come he has the authority? He said, because he has bought our people. Can we drive Islam from Africa? 100% yes, we can. Can we drive Christianity from Africa? Yes, we can. Imagine the leadership of Africa is in the hands of priests and the gods and the deities. Can you steal our money and our oil? You cannot. But guess what? The leadership of Africa is still in the hands of the white man. Can we do anything to them? No. He said because the white man has given our brothers and our sister bribe. So when you want to fight the white man, it is not the white man that we what?
Will come.
That we fight. It is your
own brother
that we fight.
Now I'm going to take questions from some of our participants that were not able to be present for today's program. And I have so many of them sent in their questions, and we're going to take them one after the other, and the reminder is going to do justice to that. Now, the first question is coming from Ayaun Shidebere Franklin. His first question is, can any other race join the watered religion? That's his first question. Then the second question says, how can I serve with myself?
Okay, can any other race join the watered religion? Yes, other race can join the watered religion. In the sense that the watered religion is an organized religion under the Kemetic spirituality, the African spirituality. And we know that the African spirituality, the Kemetic spirituality is not a religion, but it's a way of life. It's a way of life. So it doesn't matter. We have a lot of white people that are in the Kemetic spirituality. Of course. So it's open for everybody.
Okay, thank you very much.
Then how do you serve? How do you serve? You can serve in another way. You can decide to say, Uzihben, I'm coming to your house to stay for 1 month, and I will be helping you to clean the house and take care of the house and help you whenever you're going to the beach. I can carry things with you. I'll help you clean your house. I'll help you do this. I'll help madam do this. I'll help the kids, school runs and the rest of. There are different ways anyone can serve. You might say, so I'm very good in camera handling. I want to help you shoot your videos. I can edit. I want to help you edit. I'm good in this. I want to do this. There are so many things you can do. There are so many ways you can help. And then the blessings are yours.
Okay, so Ayanwuchi Debere Franklin, I hope the reminder has done justice to your questions. Thank you very much for that question. Now, the second person is Iyare Obiageri, and she sent like 3 questions, but I took 2 important questions. I'm sorry, Iyare Obiageri, because of time, we'll have to take 2 questions each from everyone. Now, from Iyare Obiageri, to the reminder, she says, what do you understand about husband and wife spiritual separation? I think maybe the question she's trying to throw in is, when husband and wife separate, do they separate spiritually, or is just physically, like when they divorce? Is it just does it go to the spiritual aspects? I think that's what she's trying to ask.
Spirituality is personal. It has nothing to do with marriage.
Okay.
You get it now? When you marry someone, it could alter their spiritual ecosystem. When you divorce, it can no longer alter. You get it?
Okay.
When you are married to someone, it can alter the ecosystem of that person. Before I married you, your spirituality was vibrating within the Christian spirituality. When I married you, what happened to the ecosystem?
Changed.
It changed. Even when I was a Christian, my belief system in the Christian world was very different from yours. Before this call came. You get it now? And if anything happened to our marriage today, for women who are just, might just follow my husband, they will go back to Christianity. Why those who understand the deep meaning of what life is all about, we said, I've learned something from this man. I'll continue with this line. You get it now? So marriage first is physical before spiritual. Yeah. And when the divorce happens, it divides them. Not all the cases, like I said, it's subjective. Not all the cases. In some cases, there is a division. In other cases, the ecosystem is changed and there is nothing you can do about it. It will always intertwine. The next question, please.
Okay, our next question is, can a woman be married to a spiritual husband from the water?
I cannot answer that because can a woman be married to a spiritual husband
from the water?
No, people are deceiving you. There's not like spiritual husband and wife. There's not like spiritual husband and wife. I wrote something about it. We have sex demons. We have sex demons that come to molest you in the night. It's not spiritual husband or whatever. There's no marriage. There's spiritual husband. It's sex demon. Why do they come? They feed on you. Spirit feed on people. They may be feeding on your star. They may be feeding on your beauty. So anytime they come sleep with you, when you wake up, you feel ugly. People no longer see you attractive. Because that's what they feed on. You understand? Spiritual spirits, most of these malicious spirits, they feed on things that are not tangible in you. What are tangible things you can hold? Beauty is not tangible. It's just a radiance. You understand? That's why they say beauty is in the eyes of who beholds. Somebody said, this you're not even fine now. That thing that is about you that everybody likes is what they go for. So if they know that you're going to make it tomorrow, they start feeding on your star by sleeping with you. And majority of the time, they even feed you. And like I said, it's not everything that happens in the dream that is spiritual. Some could just be your brain trying to create scenario. Ome, do you know that when we married first time, we were having some kind of stupid dreams we'll be praying about? Right? Now, do dream mean anything to us again? It no longer, because you've attained a level of spirituality That dreams should not control your life. Dreams, they die in the night. Dreams die in the night. What you know what that does? You know what does not die in the night? Is hope.
Yeah.
Hope doesn't die. Dreams can't die. Hope don't die. You get it now? Hope lives on and on. The day you die is the day the hope dies. I said you have someone who is going to carry on what? The legacy.
The legacy.
Next question, please.
Next question. Next question is from Ewerewan Imomotimi.
Okay.
Sorry if I don't get the name correctly. Imomotimi. The first question is, my question is on sex and spirituality. How are they linked? And it went further to say, I realize people with high sex drive are highly spiritual. They seem to be more in tune with the source of time. Can you please throw more light on this? He has two questions, so I'm just reading out the first question.
Okay. When we talk about, yes, you say you talk about people that are spiritual.
Yes.
Have more
as in people that are sexual drive. And he also asks, like, what's the link between sex and spirituality?
So people that rape people, they are spiritual people. No. Yes, there is sexual drive. But let me tell you something. When it comes to sex, spiritual people are very, 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 very careful. Don't say spiritual people have sex drive. That's an excuse for people to go and misbehave. Like I said, sex demons, they come to sleep with you because there is something
from you.
I'm a spiritual person. I can't just sleep with any woman. I sleep with any woman that I know that this person has a very great destiny. Because it's not because I want to take something from the woman. It's because when my destiny and that woman-based destiny meets in sexual intercourse, we are only helping ourselves. But whereas, when I meet the one that does not have a great destiny, I protect myself first before the intercourse. And either way, I will never have intercourse with a woman that does not have a great destiny. Never. So spiritual people with sex drive, people who are highly spiritual are very selective of people they sleep with. People they marry, they are very selective. Those they sleep with, they may have hearts that are easy, but no, you cannot see their pants all the time. If you are with a spiritual person, you are dating a spiritual person, you are very, very lucky that you are dating someone that is very, very spiritual. They may have high sex drive, but it's not jump. You get it now? So the reason why sexuality and spirituality comes to play is that sexuality or sex is the easiest window to get into someone's spirituality. Some people make love for fun. You know the story of the man that paid the girl to sleep with the girl. After the girl finished taking her bath, he was about coming in to sleep with the girl.
And he paused.
He just paused. The girl said, waiting. Say, no worry.
They've collected what I want.
Waiting and won't collect. Person don't collect them. What did they collect? Women. Can I tell you guys something? Between men and women, more than 80% of women on Earth's destiny have already been used. No, not be used. Shut up your mouth. You're only married to a man whose destiny is still intact. Is what is helping you.
Covering you.
Most women, their destiny were taken away from them when they were in their 20s and 19s. When they think they are the happening girl, somebody have collected it. Some of them decide to get married to a great man out of the providence. Maybe one of their ancestors had mercy. One of their father poured libation. The mother had prayed. The father had done something. It is easier to collect women destiny stars. Very much more easy. That is why in the ancient times it was rare for women to be priests. Next question.
Okay, same from Imomotimi. The second question is, when marrying someone from different tribe, is there sorry? Okay. Okay, second question is from Imomotimi also. Is saying, when marrying someone from a different tribe, is there a ritual to ensure that the spirit of both tribes bless the union to avoid any negative consequences?
Okay. It's like you're saying, sir, when I want to eat, is there a ritual I'm supposed to do so that the spirit of the food and my spirit will rhyme?
That's why.
You need to understand that marriage is first an individual what? Decision. What it means is this. Marriage is a physical thing, you know. A decision that have to be made by both parties. Hence, I do not support betrothing. I do not support betrothing in this current dispensation. In the old, it's okay. Do you know why it's okay in the old? Because the destiny of the woman is supposed to help the man. So it doesn't matter which man that is betrothed to you. It is obvious that the man is going to live a very successful life to give the woman the best life has to offer. So there is no kind of ritual you have to make, whether this tribe and this tribe, whether the spirits conjure. No. Do you love the woman? Yes. You love the man? Yes. Can you submit? Yes. Can you love? Yes. Can you coexist? Say yes. Can you forgive? Say yes. Beautiful. The basic need for a successful marriage is the ability for the woman to be feminine and the man to be masculine. The ability for the man to overlook and the woman to overlook. When all of these is put in check, if you like, maybe the Otokutu people and the Egbeme people, spirits, maybe they fight to not consign the couples. Thank you. Next question.
Next question from Moses Uzge Autumn. Sorry, some of you I won't pronounce
Just
the name
go
very
to
well.
the next question by Moses.
The first question. Okay, Moses has just one question.
Okay.
And it says, please tell us a little about the story of Horus, one of the ancient gods of Egypt in ancient African spirituality. And this was corrupted by the Romans and incorporated into Christianity. And that Christianity was used to enslave Africa. I want to be able to boldly defend the water religion and tell Christians how they are lied to. Basically, it's just asking you the reminder to tell him about the
relationship
story,
between
Horus and Christianity,
and Jesus Christ.
The story between the two.
One of my brothers said Christianity is a new age religion, and it's true. It's new age. It's just 2,000 years. It's even younger than me. I've lived over 4,000 years. I'm older than Christianity. Why do I need to say that? Is this Horus had already existed more than 4,000 years in the essence of the African spirituality. And people need to understand that the Horus, Heru to be precise, Horus is a corrupt name. Heru itself, despite the fact that even when they brought Jesus and gave us the spirituality in Africa, the ancestors still managed to creep in the name Heru into our mouth. So in Isoko we call Jesus as what? Jesu. Jesu. Just as from Heru to Jesus, which is now Horus, we're able to manage it there. Now, this is going to be a very tough topic to talk about. It's not something I'm going to be able to just answer now, but let me say this. Jesus is the similitude of Heru or Horus. The story of Jesus was coined from the actual story of what? Horus. And you find out that the Romans were very good in stealing people's things. They stole the Egyptians' architecture. They stole the Greek architecture. They stole everything from us. Everything around. In fact, everything they steal. They steal. You get it now? So, yeah, I'm not surprised when I read the Bible and I read the ancient script about the African spirituality. And I was like, wait, is it that Vakbo, who is now a Christian, does not know that Jesus Christ is a direct replicated story of Horus? And it's this thing that happened to the Mithra. So all of those culture, they copied Horus. The Mithra, even India. You get it now? The only person that did not copy the similitude of Horus was the Arab Islam. So that's I'll pick up a date for a seminar on that topic. No, not today. Next question.
Okay, so this topic is a very deep one. So Moses, I think...
No need, just go to the next question. Just go to the next question.
Now, the next question is from Betty Opani.
Okay. From Kenya.
From Kenya. She's one of the watered religion member. Now, our first question is, can you share some key belief or practice of Kemetic spirituality and how they influence our daily lives or rituals in Africa culture?
Okay, some basic Kemetic practices. Good.
Kemetic spirituality and how they influence
our
lives.
One of the main practice in the Kemetic spirituality is libation, pouring of libation, food offering, which is also drink offerings. We have drink offerings, which is libation. We have a food offerings, which is sacrifice. And sacrifice could come in two. It have as food offering or as burnt offering. You get it now? You know, the idea of what is happening right now in our society, where people carry goat or chicken and then they cut the net in the blood. That was not the same case. When animals were being sacrificed, they were burnt to ashes on the altar. The other one is the blood is offered and is prepared for consumption. Either way, the particular one that will be used for the ritual is burnt. So for our everyday life, it is paramount as a believer of the Kemetic spirituality, especially the watered religion, it is paramount you do libation every day. Or once in a week, you do drink offering, you do fruit offering. And fruit offering we offer to the priest. So let me use this opportunity to tell you, it's not an offering, it's not compulsory, but it's part of the Kemetic spirituality that once in a week, or twice in a week, if I'm not mistaken, you are supposed to take fruits or food items to the temple, which is what we have downstairs. You understand? And part of those fruits are distributed to the less in the community. So if you cannot send fruit, you can send money. Sir, this is my fruit offering. It could be 5,000. You understand? But if you want to do the actual fruit sacrifice, we don't take that. Our actual fruit sacrifice were made once every month, and that was done in reverence to the goddess Isis, and not to Isis itself, but the priests of Isis and Ra. They were very common with food sacrifice. Yes, when you go to blood, Isis mat was more of fruit sacrifice. And even if you watch Cleopatra, there was never a time they made it. It was more of offering, fruit offering, and incense was offered. But when I go to bull and blood sacrifice, was Ra. Ra was very common with that. Ra was there. Thoth was there. What do you call it? The one with snake was there also. And Thoth is the snake, right?
No, Thoth is not a snake.
Snake, good. Thoth was there. Ra was mainly of the blood sacrifice. The essence of Ra being the blood sacrifice was because Ra was constantly fighting evil at night, so that we can enjoy the beauty of what the sun is at day. Because if Ra doesn't fight at night, Ra will not rise in the day for us to walk. You get it now? Yeah. So those rituals, those special rituals, it's paramount that you add them to your daily life activity. Libation, early morning ritual, water ritual, the water rituals, you sprinkle water. I don't need to look at the camera. It's like a discussion, just saying. Yeah, so early morning water rituals, drink offering, which is libation, fruit sacrifice, blood sacrifice, stuff like that. So it's necessary. If you belong to the water religion, you will learn how to do all of this. There are other special rituals that are done closed door, that are not supposed to be set on cameras. Those are done within special elites in the society, done in the ancient times. You get it? And that's why in the water religion, we have the first degree, we have the second degree, we have the third degree, we have the Leopard's Council, and we have the Ketic Council. So all of those councils and degrees have different rituals that are done outside the public. So the general one everybody know of is the fruit sacrifice, food offering, water sacrifice, and libation. Thank you.
Same from Betty Opani. A second question is, explain further on how we can incorporate key beliefs and practice of okay, I think it's kind of like a repetition.
So you can move to the
so it's been explained.
Yeah.
Now the next question is coming from Edokbolo Osakbolo
Okay.
Roland.
Okay.
Now his first question is, did the Egyptians truly enslave the Israelites, leading to their freedom through Moses and eventually to the existence of Jesus?
Okay, now the story of the Egyptians
Enslaving the Israelites.
You will know that history now has it that the Egyptians, which is the Kemets, which is us, the African, the ancient African, we don't enslave people. But when you read the Bible and the story Bible, you find that the people that were drawn there were white. Good. So let me give you the twist of the story. At the time that they said the Egyptians enslaved the Jews, could have been the time the Romans were already in power, where the colored men were already in Egypt. Because it was in history that when the colored men, which is, I don't know if I should call them colored men, we are black. So when the Romans, the Greek, were in Egypt, ruling the upper Egypt, they were literally using the blacks
to do their work.
Slavery. And the blacks were actually the actual Jews. The Israel, you see, those are not the Jews. The Jews are we. We are the true Jews. The blacks. Because before any organized religion, the Ethiopia were already, once you see in the Catholic Church today, the Ethiopia already had it. But it was not Jesus Christ they were calling. It was Heru. It was Ra, the sun god. You get it now? It was the sun god. Some of the names you find in the Bible were corrupted Kemetic name. Like Moses. Moses that was drawn from what?
Water.
Who is Isis? What is Mo? Mo. In the Kemetic, Medu nature, Mo is what? Sun. Right?
Yeah.
S-O-N, son. Isis. The son of Isis. So who took care of Moses when Moses was drawn out of water? The daughter of what?
Pharaoh.
And we all know that even Horus and Isis, they were once what? Pharaohs who became gods. Cleopatra declared herself as what? Isis. So the story of the Bible that Moses was drawn out of water was talking about the son of Isis itself. And who is the son of Isis? Horus. They cannot write Horus there. They now write the son of Isis, which is what? Moses. And what did the Bible say about it? It said Jesus Christ like the order of what? the what? The priesthood of Moses. Moses was the beginning of priesthood.
Wow.
Yes. Moses was the priest. Moses was the priest. But in the Bible, they didn't make it, they just say just the deliverer. And priesthood started from where? The brother of Moses, right? What's the name?
Aaron.
Aaron. Now, what staff was Aaron holding?
Kind of like a wood.
A carved.
Of wood.
Which people owns that staff?
The Egyptians.
Horus was holding the staff that was carved.
Yeah.
And they give you a story in the Bible about the Egyptians brought their snake. And Moses turned their snake.
The staff to a snake.
And then they said Moses was endowed with wisdom. And Horus was endowed with wisdom. And we already know that snake was part of African what? Spirituality. So you find out that snake was so sacred that the Romans turned snake to be what? Evil.
That's why they could use the snake at the beginning of the story in the Garden of Eden.
Why? Because snake actually represents wisdom in the
And
African spirituality.
do you know where it also get me confusing? In the same Bible, it says, "Be wise as a serpent."
Be good.
Be wise as a serpent and be gentle like.
So
as
the
a
Bible
dove.
that
So they didn't want to really give this appraiser to the snake, so they
snake,
had to bring
because
in the doves.
snake was the god, was one of the goddess of wisdom. So how come the goddess of wisdom now want to deceive man and bring man out of this thing? At the same time, the same God who said the man and woman, the seed of the woman shall bruise the snake, that is now wise. Be wise like the snake.
And also, there's also a part in the Bible where Moses used the snake to hang on a tree, and it said, and
whoever that
be beaten.
Look at the snake.
And whoever that looks at the snake on that stick will get healed. And
do you know?
See a picture of
that story was actually a poem.
Yeah.
Was a poem.
Yeah.
The snake already does what? Represent what? Knowledge. When you look at knowledge, you cannot remain on the floor. And the Bible said when they look at the snake, they all got
healed.
Due to lack of knowledge, my word, people perish. Everything you see in the Bible came for Africa. The things they call evil here, when you dream and you see snake, blood of Jesus, Holy Ghost fire. The Bible said when you look at the snake, you are healed. And they turn it. Say just as Moses raised his staff and the snake, and they looked at it, so also Jesus was lifted on the cross.
Son of Man was lifted, yeah.
A religion that said somebody have to be killed, and a religion that is very skeptical about animal is even being killed, which is more powerful, which is more humane, is not the African religion. It's not the African religion. Please, next question.
It's getting very interesting.
Yeah.
Next question also from Edokpolo, Roland, and a second question is: are there any negative spiritual consequences for a man when giving oral sex to a woman, and how can one protect their spiritual essences during sexual intercourse?
Is there any spiritual implication for giving oral sex?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. The society we live in has become so corrupt that the things animals do now become very interesting. Your private part was made for something. Your mouth was not made for them. Your mouth was meant to kiss, eat, and speak. It's not for them. Long should go to the hole. And that is it. But because all of this nonsense started from the Greek and the Roman.
And you see that in some of their movies.
You need to understand that sex is very sacred because it requires people being naked. And you know, the actual way of having such thing, such knacking, if you want to knack, so that I don't want Facebook to flag this. One of the ways for you to knack is for you to be totally naked. Now, people are no longer having self-control. They just draw their trousers down and they do what they are doing and they cover up. No. I'm not going to talk about that on this. I'm going to have a special mentorship class on this. I don't want Facebook to flag.
Thank you very much. Let me note it down. Special event on this.
Yes.
Okay, so Roland, there's going to be a special event on this, your question. So hold that thought. Now the next question is from Yakin Oluwasegun Samuel, and his first question is, does the water religion have anything similar to astrology? Does it relate to human life, birth, dates, gender, and so on? Does the water religion has anything to do with astrology?
No.
When we talk about the what we talk
Cancer,
about
Aquarius.
that's astrology. Now when we come to water religion, we have the Naga spirit, we have the water child, we have the earth children. So I think that's why he's asking this question. Does it have any connection with astrology?
Water religion is a fully Kemetic spirituality.
Good.
And the Kemetic spirituality also had star astrology in it. But for now, we are not venturing into astrology.
Good.
We're not venturing into that for now. Because astrology has a way of messing people's head. You see, right now, when you meet a guy you are supposed to love and submit to, you start searching for the dates they were born, whether they are Scorpio or Cancer. Many beautiful relationships have been destroyed because I'm Taurus. I don't give a head. In fact, sometimes when you go to people's status and they're always talking about how they are Cancers and how it's very nice to marry a Scorpio, you begin to wonder, so who is not nice to be married to? Who is not nice to be married to? It's all elevation of ego. I am more important. The importance people put into themselves in relationship lead to the breaking. I am very, very important. No! Let's play our role. I'm the man of the house. I protect the house. So I know what to tell so that you don't put me in more stress and strain in protecting you. Make it easy for me to protect you. You are the woman of the house. You nurture the house. I should not give you stress so that it will be easy for you to nurture everything in the house and multiply what we have in the house. I don't know if you get what I'm saying now. So when we create too much importance for ourselves, we will start having problem in the relationship. Next question, please.
Okay. Sorry for that. Next question is from same Samuel. In Enkanka belief, if someone is able to resolve their karma before this, their soul will not reincarnate. What happens when a member of the water religion dies? Will they reincarnate? If not, where will their soul go to?
Okay, now, one of the things about religion is that they give you false hope after death. So you know what happened? Religion make you believe that, don't worry, even if you suffer and you die, there will be hope. In the water religion, is there hope? Uzihben, are you not promising hope? There's no hope. Everything you need to live the best that life has to give is here on earth. Live it now.
Now.
Make the money now. Do everything here now. Whatever happens after now, you will deal with it. Not tell people. But when we come down to the watered religion, what hope do I give people? The only hope is this. A time is coming that you're going to stand before Anubis. A time is coming you're going to stand before Anpu. And they are going to check how you live your life. They are not going to check the number of cars you bought. the houses, the enjoyment, the women you slept with. They will only check how you reacted, how you treated your fellow human. And how do you treat people? Treat people the way you are treated. You know, sometimes religion, they teach you that it is okay to be used and abused. You are married and your husband can beat you. You are a good person if you don't retaliate. That's evil. Because within your heart, you are angry. If you die in that state, Anubis will send you to a place that you will be in total darkness. You will not see light. You say, but I didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You didn't go and say no. Were you angry? Were you happy about it? You say no. That's the heaviness in your heart. And so at that time, when you stand before Anpu, when you read Nima Sedan in the first chapter, verse 13 down, you will see where I wrote. He said, but I did all. He said, the knowledge I was given, he don't know. The knowledge was not given to eat you up. The knowledge was given for you to apply it. So then Anpu will not tell them, did Uzihben warn you? He did. How light is your heart? What makes your heart light? Your heart is not light because you said, somebody say, I'm hungry, give me food, and you refuse to give them. No, it does not. Your light is hard because when you decide not to give, you did not feel remorse or bad about it. Anything you do and you have a second thought, this thing is bad, is bad. And so, religion make you believe that when you are rich, you are evil, you will go to hell. It will be easier for a camel to enter through the eyes of a needle than a rich man into heaven. A young boy is going to hell, you know that, right? He has private jet, he's rich. But you know what? No, he is not going to hell. Because he has served, he's a great man, he's a man of God. He is not going to hell. But a maker from Umuleri that is rich, flaunting money, his blood money, is going to hell. What kind of imbalance is that? What kind of imbalance? Next question, please.
Okay, our next question is coming from Oscar Adogo. Now, I'm going to read your question. I'm going to read the both of them, so the reminder is going to answer them straight away. Now, his question is there difference between deity and spirit? If yes, what make them different? And the next question is, what really happens, or what is the process involved during dreams that comes to reality?
Okay, good. Now, difference between deity and spirit, there's no difference. Deities are spirits now. You can't see them now. That's the same. It's the English word. Spirits are deity. Deities are spirits. When a man dies, you want to call him a deity? No wahala. You want to call him a spirit? No wahala. Is there anything special about them? No. You say, but deities are gods or spirits that a community worship. Your ancestor became a spirit. Some worship them, pour libation, recognizes them. They become deity. You get it now? So there's no difference. Now, the second question is what?
What really happens, or what is the process involved during dreams that comes to reality?
Why do dreams come to pass? We already know that spirituality controls the physical. I said that before. Nobody dreams and it comes to pass. No one on earth will dream a dream and it comes to pass. No. Why? Because the physicality will leave more than 100 years behind. So whatever thing you see in the dream is something that have already happened. They only gave you a peek of what has already happened. So you find out that some people don't even need to dream about what will happen. Some people just be walking and they will like, let's say this don't happen before. You guys call it deja vu, right? There's nothing like deja vu. Some people, we can be sitting here and in the split of a second, the matrix will change and you will just leave 2 years ahead and you come back to this reality. And when you come back to this reality, and then in 2 years' time, you will like, I think this thing, let's say we don't do this kind of thing before. Yes. You've lived ahead to live it and you came back. Moving there. Okay. So when you dream, they're only showing you a glimpse of the future. Say, Uzihben, my dream they come to pass. I say, I don't understand. Why not dream that you are rich and let it come to pass?
That's where I was going to, because I've seen, okay, now you've made me understand. I've had dreams where something happened, and maybe I called the person and tell the person, okay, this is what I saw, and the person will confirm it, that yes, it's really happening. So now you're trying to say it's a glimpse of
you were shown what is going to happen, or what is already happening. And that's why I tell a lot of people, you have to understand dreams that are spiritual messages and dreams that are just your brain waves. You get it now? Next question.
Okay, now I believe every one of us have learned a lot from this session, and I believe that some of our questions asked have been answered. Now we're going to the last questions before we come to an end with our first program on spirituality and people. Now the last question is from Michael Uboma, and it's just one question. It says, how does one know that a man has married the wrong woman? For example, some women bless men by not being married, but immediately they decide to marry, the goodness the lady has is gone.
That is why I said, when you marry, there is a spiritual intertwine. There is a shift in the ecosystem. So there are some people you get married to, things become worse. There are some people that things are doing well for them when they were single. The moment they married, depending on who you are marrying. That was why when I was to marry you, I was deliberate of what I wanted. Because I understand spirituality. I knew what I wanted. I know the secrets of wealth in men. I can't say it. So I needed the type of woman that meets that criteria. So when you meet that criteria, spirituality will not be a problem for me. I can fix that. Didn't I fix that? I did that. You know the spiritual war I passed through before we married. I knew spirituality is rubbish. In fact, let me tell you guys, I prefer people to attack me spiritually than to attack me physically. I don't like anything touch my body. Highly spiritual people don't like it when you hurt their physical body. Just come spiritually. Then I will deal with you. You will know who we are dealing with. So first, physiology, psychology have to put in check. Does this person physiology meet the criteria of what I want in a woman? Does our psychology meet the criteria? Then the spiritual will not be a problem. Oftentimes, it is the physical that propels that ignites some fire that burns in the spiritual realm. You know why they say your mouth is powerful? The words you speak from your mouth, are they spiritual words? They are not. They are physical words that your physical ear can hear. But when they come out, they become what? Life. They could what? Kill. They could what? Save. So you have to decide first physically what is coming out of your mind before spiritual what? Act. Despite the fact that spiritual controls the physical, it is to an instance where I told you that spirituality and science, which is physicality, are not what? Enemies. Yeah. They coexist. It's subjective. Coexist.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for to everyone who threw in their questions. Thank you to our reminder, Lord Uzihben.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this beautiful program. Next month, the March 2024.
That should be the last
Sunday of March 2024. We'll try and get the date and prepare the flyer. The flyer will be coming out very early, so we can get ourselves prepared and get our questions ready and if you want to be a partaker, just get yourself available. The numbers to call will be displayed on the screen. And also, if you want to be a sponsor, and be a part of the blessings of this beautiful program, an account will be posted on your screen for you to make such donations. This the reason for the sponsors is we're going to get a beautiful, nice place where we can sit. We can have 10 persons,
instead
20
of my own
persons
house.
instead of this house, or can get 10, 20 persons, sit down and discuss, just discuss generally, just play around questions and let questions be answered. Some of us are so very lazy to go research. We can just use this as an opportunity to make research, to make research on some things that we don't really understand. Like when I started the water religion, I didn't really understand so many things. But I know something was not right. I was asking some questions that were not being answered, and the only answer I will get is pray for the Holy Spirit to teach you. And I've been praying, the Holy Spirit is not teaching me. I came to realize that, man, there's nothing like that. And not just learning from the feet of the reminder, I went ahead to listen to Ebenezer Eru. I went ahead to listen to Billy Castle. I sometimes listen to Seven, and there's this guy we were listening to yesterday.
Yes.
Himself and his wife, well, splendid. They are real Kemetic teachers.
Yes.
They are real Kemetic philosophers. They teach you the whole package that you need to know. You don't need to go to Egypt first before you learn all of this. The internet is there for you to learn every of these things. And the reason why I always call Billy Castle is because
he's a father of the knowledge.
Yes,
he's the god of Kemetic. He's a god.
He's very enlightening, and sometimes the reminder is always jealous when I'm listening to him. But I have to. And many persons that have come to the house, the first thing I just put for them on the television is Billy Castle. Come sit down under this man and learn something. He was saying something the other day about Israeli and Pakistan.
Yes.
He said this thing is not a today thing. It has dead.
It has dead before.
It has dead before now. And this fight is just a fight of supremacy.
Yes.
Relevance. There's no logic of is a God nation, they are trying to take in the God. It was from Billy Castle yesterday I realized that the Jews are black.
Blacks, yes.
That the original Jews are black, not those white people you see there.
Even the Israel they occupied was previously occupied by blacks.
It was from him I got to know. This is somebody that is doing research.
He knows how to read ancient scripts.
Yes.
And
it started from when he was 7.
Yes.
Started from when he was 7 years. You need to just know about this man. You see that it's not something. He's 52 now.
Yes.
Going to 53. It's not something he just started. So he's broadening knowledge in this thing. So that's why sometimes I just sit down on my phone. I don't even place things like that anymore on my phone. I just sit down and just listen to it, and I'm wowed. I'm wild in so many informations. And I was telling the reminder, I said, I'm looking at myself in the next 2 years to join him in Egypt.
Yes.
For a tour in Egypt. I want to go and see. Yes. Let me see things. Let me know things.
Yes.
And maybe I'm going to write my own book. Be expecting that. I'm going to write my own book.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you
very much.
And
the reminder, I don't know if you have
yes, I was going to say. We are in an era of rebuilding Africa, and we want to use spirituality to do that. They stole Africa from us. We are using true spirituality and religion. We are using sin to restore Africa. So before you go to bed, before you do anything, pray for Africa. Pray for Uzihben. Pray for as many that are preaching the true African spirituality. I'm not talking about those that are going to go and cut animal and throw in the river that let's go back to our roots. Go back to our roots, to go back to the village, to go back to start killing animals, to start pouring blood and be dancing. Is that going back to the roots? You want to go back to poverty? That's not going back to the root. Going back to the root is going down to how was it done that we had a society that was so civilized that even the Scandinavians were forced to learn from us. Today, the Scandinavians are more well polished, more advanced than us.
Than us. The shame.
The only thing beautiful about Africa is the drone shot of Lagos. When you leave drone shot, come down, you will see the stupidity around our street. And as we do this, may the ancient waters and the ancient spirits guide us. May they protect us.
Ashe.
And then shield us from the hands of the envious ones.
Ashe.
Both humans, animals, and spirits.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you.